Okay, hello YouTube. I am Pat Council and I am back. And I want to talk about why you must know your true self. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you that we're going to be bringing you a lot more videos. So please click the like button if you like what you're hearing today, if it's helping you. And also remember to subscribe to my channel. We're going to go deeper and deeper as time goes on. All right, let's get into this. Did you know that you have a true self and a false self? And I think it's really important that you understand why you need to get to know your true self. So, I want to talk about why it's important for you to know your true self. Let's start with the false self. The false self, well, that's the part of our identity that causes us to accept that we're less than or we're flawed somehow. It causes us to criticize ourselves. Um, and this is kind of the inner critic. It's the ego. It makes us think we're not good enough. It causes us to judge ourselves harshly. And so this is probably where imposter syndrome comes from. The problem with that kind of thinking is that uh, if you think less of yourself, then you're going to feel that way. And if you feel it, then you actually make it true. Remember, our emotions are simply energy in motion. And whatever you put out, it's going to bring you a kind of return. Make sure you're putting out the kind of emotion that's bringing you what you want. Okay. So, when you start to feel like you're less than, you stop going for your dream life because your false self or your ego convinces you that, well, that the good thing you desire, it's not possible, or that you just don't deserve it. So we come up with all kinds of ridiculous reasons as to why we're not going to go for our dreams. We use race, we use gender, and we use I'm too tall, I'm too short. And the list could go on and on. Well, I want to say this to you. If you're not living your magnificent life, it's because you bought into lies that have led you to believe that you have to settle for less than what you deserve. Now, I'm going to share with you what you can do about that in a moment. But here's the thing, the sad part about this is that you will always receive according to what you recognize yourself to be. So if you start thinking that you're less than, that's all you can receive. Remember, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the question becomes, how do you rise above living a life that just doesn't work for you? A life where you're not happy, you're not excited to get up in the morning, where it seems as though things just aren't working out. How do you rise above that? Well, the simple answer is you change your thinking. And not only do you change your thinking, but you change your thinking and you embrace the consciousness that allows you to connect to your higher self, your true self. You have to begin to see yourself differently. Now, I had a little help. I had help from a mentor who told me that I was a true thoroughbred. And this was many years ago. I think he could see that I didn't have the confidence that I needed to win. And so he told me that he had no doubt I would become a success in business. Well, I did not overthink that. I just accepted it because it felt good to hear someone speak belief in me. I embraced the idea that I could win. So each morning, I began to meditate on the idea that I was a winner. And then I would go on with my day. And soon I started doing what winners do. I started doing what was necessary to win. And in less than 6 months, I was the top salesperson in my office. Now, this is not something that you have to make happen. This is the beautiful part about understanding about your true self. A winner is already in you. The ability to build the life that you desire is in you. This is something that's already in you and that you already are. So you simply need to, well, you kind of need to let it happen. And you let it happen by accepting the fact that you do have a higher self and you embrace it and then you release it. Change your thoughts about yourself, okay? And change your thoughts, any thoughts that would convince you that you're not powerful, get rid of those thoughts. You need to change those thoughts and start recognizing that your true self is your most powerful self, your most confident self. It's the part of you that allows you to visualize your best life, and and then it gives you the courage to follow through and make it a reality. When you know your true self, you will never settle. And no matter what anyone says about you, unless it's positive, you won't embrace it. You won't believe it. You won't accept it. And you will not allow it to stop you from winning. Believe me, you are a winner. But until you accept your true self, well, you're not going to win. And it doesn't matter how many affirmations you repeat. You can repeat affirmations endlessly and you will not get any results because you have to buy into the idea that you are already whole and that you're amazing. You have to reach a state of awareness about yourself that will allow you to accept only the best into your life. Well, here's some ways to make that happen. This is what I did, and it worked for me. And whenever I'm feeling less than, doesn't happen as much today, but it does happen sometimes. I do this. First of all, take your mind off of what you don't want and turn within and contemplate meditation and put your attention on what you do want. So contemplative meditation, you're meditating on the outcome that you really want, not the one you don't want. Okay. Secondly, emotionalize your desire with warm, loving emotions and not these emotions that are filled with stress and anger or this desire to make it happen and you're freaking out and it just has to happen. Get rid of that. Okay. Just emotionalize it with warm, loving, calm emotions. Be sure to relax and trust that it's going to happen. And it will happen as long as you don't let your ego get in the way. Now, simply follow through on whatever promptings you get. If you're prompted to read a book, get a coach, get a mentor, or watch a YouTube video, whatever you're prompted to do, take certain actions, simply follow through and start doing the things that will bring you the lifestyle you desire. And don't worry about fear. A lot of times people are, well, what if I get afraid? Well, here's the thing about embracing your true self. The more you embrace your true self and disregard the false identity or that false self that society or someone else has given you, the more your fear is actually going to diminish and the more powerful you're going to feel because your powerful true self, it's going to emerge and it's going to guide you in the right direction. Listen, please try it out and leave some comments that will inspire someone else. Hey, we're all in this together. We're here to win. We're here to do life with power. And no matter what anyone says, you are built by design to win. So tap into your true self, your higher self, your best self. Just tap into it. Listen, you guys, take care.